We are live. Welcome. Welcome to Grow Moringa Farms in Plant City, Florida. We're here today because I'm promoting my new book, and you can have access to chapter 1 of my new book at growmoringa.com. It's my new website, and we're live on Instagram as well as YouTube. Happy Sunday, everyone. We were just talking about some parts in the book yesterday, actually, and we can kind of go off of where we were, because we were about halfway through chapter 1, and I'm actually just talking about the book. We want to teach everybody about Moringa. If you have any questions at any time, actually I can see here. If you guys have any questions, please ask me any questions. I actually have myself live. Cool. All right, we're just getting started over here. See if Instagram. Nice. We've got Moringa. Oh, here we are. Boom. It says that we're live. So ask me questions. Do call me. This is my number. Cool. So we're on Instagram. I'm just letting everybody know we're here. I'm also saying what's up on YouTube. Ask me any questions. We've got Lana from Tucson. We've got some people in here. Welcome. Everybody's saying hey, happy Sunday. You can reach me here. I'm gonna put my number here. Great, so now I can see myself live both on YouTube as well as Instagram. Nice. This is so great. Okay, cool. Awesome. So if you have any questions, please ask me any questions anytime about Moringa questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And anytime you can join the collective. We have a members directory. You can join the collective anytime. And this will get you in and get connected with anybody growing Moringa around the world. A lot of questions that we get asked is, can we sell our Moringa in the USA? So we've got people growing in Jordan, Venezuela, Colombia. We have people growing in Mexico, in Jamaica, in Trinidad. People are contacting me growing Moringa in the Philippines and India, Africa, different parts of Africa. So we're trying to help them break into the USA market by letting them know that we have a pool of buyers. So we have lots of buyers that are coming in wanting high quality Moringa. Anytime that someone comes in as a member, you can buy and sell and trade openly in the group. If you want to get Moringa from somebody that's gone through a prestigious process of certifying their Moringa location, then you can purchase from certified growers from within the collective. And so that's what we're doing, is we're certifying growers within the collective with my book. And that's why we're here, is to connect growers all over the world. So wherever you are, we'll have an easy way to be able to access the Founders Club, essentially even through purchasing an NFT through Ethereum and many other ways. So we've got lots of people saying, hey, welcome back. We're going to finish parts of the book. If you have any questions anytime, I'm live here on Instagram as well as YouTube. So we'll be here for like an hour. You know, we're just kind of having fun. And we're talking about this book. Chapter 1 of the book is available. I did bring in this cutting. I did bring in this Moringa cutting. So I wanted to show everybody that you know, this just came off the tree. We made a clean cut. This was actually growing on the inside of the tree. So like the tree was growing up like this, But like this piece was like growing right here into the middle, you know? And so it was kind of like causing some of the other branches to like be like really like narrow. And we're trying to grow this tree out wider so that way it has a lot of branches. But like this one, it was just like really weird. So we went ahead and just trimmed her back. See? And the reason why we just trimmed her back was because we could show you that we actually cut it here already before. So this is where we cut it before. And so it regrew this. And it regrew 2 branches here. It started to regrow 2 branches here. It started to resprout this branch down here. So even just from this cut, you know, this resprouted in maybe like a month or 2 months. So this is only like a month or 2 months old. And our first impression that we would do if we were coming up to this and we were saving this branch without taking it off, say maybe it was in a much more desired location on the tree, maybe what I would do is I would come by and at least take this one because this one was growing on the inside. And so one of my first techniques when harvesting a tree is coming by and always kind of just grabbing anything that's growing on the inside. So like this one, if this was positioned like this piece right here was growing on the inside, so I would grab that first as, say, like a piece to harvest. Then I would assess what I wanted to keep from these two, because this one's just kind of like a sucker, and this one would get really big if I took this one off. So I'll take this one off. And so now this one for sure will get really big. But say like if I was harvesting, maybe at the time I might want to grab this up to here, and I don't have a cutter right now. I probably should have a cutter. This is going to be really hard to cut right now. If I can even. Probably can't. This part is like very fibrous actually. This could be used in many different ways. Here I am struggling cutting this open to show you guys how you would want to harvest it. And of course you would want to have a cutter, and we're here. Hey, salut, we got Adrian. You would want to have a clean cut, but we would cut this here and this would sprout. You know, this would sprout. I wish I had a knife or something on me, but I don't. We're going to harvest all of this, and we're going to strip the greens off, and we're going to dry the greens. And for demonstration purposes, you can see that from cutting it back and cutting it back potentially would help it grow a little bit more bushier here in the next few weeks. So that's kind of like a little harvest lesson. Quick little harvesting lesson. What we'll do is we'll make some biostimulant actually with the moringa leaves. And this is a moringa fertilizer that we make with the moringa leaves. So if you have any questions, what's up, Adrian? We're going through the book. We have a new book now. This is our new book, Grow Moringa. And you have access to it. You can log in. This is just chapter 1 right now. So we're kind of just going over chapter 1. We were going over some membership parts yesterday. And if anybody has any questions, you know, we're just kind of hanging out. I want to help you. I'm here. Love the tour. Oh, someone gave a tour. Oh, yes, we did have a tour. Nice. Thanks. You can watch a lot of our videos. We have a YouTube channel, so anybody can check us out on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Grow Moringa. And we're just here kind of letting everybody know we're here. Happy Sunday. And we have a new name. You know, we changed our name recently. And we're growing moringa specifically. we're really focusing really just on Moringa right now. And that's kind of what we're doing with this membership opportunity. You can log in at growmoringa.com and you can become a member. And also we have our shop. The shop is open. The shop is open. So we reopened our shop actually. I can slide this over. It doesn't fall. The shop is open. It's at growmoringa.com. And in this book here, we talk a lot about salesmanship, wanting to harvest, so teaching people how to harvest, where to cut this back and why we cut this back here. And after these pieces grow up, how you would just cut these pieces back strategically to try to inspire this tree to get really super wide and bushy to help with the weight of all the drumsticks that you would have hanging off the tree. And that way you get a lot more drumsticks. You know, within like the second year, by 2 to 3 years, you could have a nice big tree with lots of drumsticks on it. So we've got some people and guests in here from Arizona and Tucson. Lots of people from around the country are joining us, from Texas and California, learning how to harvest trees. They're going to be spending the next couple months. Actually, we just got an order today for like 6 kilos of powder. So we have to get that harvested this week. So we'll be visiting some of our organically grown moringa locations this week. Let's see. So I'm really excited to teach people about the moringa tree industry. Big part of establishing this collective is talking about the billions and billions of dollars that this industry is making around the world. A lot of it is supplements, but a lot of it is cosmetic. So a lot of the industry is focused on the cosmetic side of the tree, which is why we get the oil. You know, we love using this oil on our skin, on our hair, on our nails, and it comes from the seeds. It comes from the seeds from this tree. This is called the drumstick. This is the vegetable that comes off the tree, that's hanging off the tree there. And it has these seeds. It produces these seeds. And from the seeds, we get this magnificent oil. We get this beautiful, beautiful golden rich oil. We love using this in our soups and our salads. I actually just had a big soup and a big salad with this. This is good for the skin, the hair, the nails, cuts and bruises. Oh yes. So you can learn more about growing moringa for cosmetic and for any purpose, for fertilizer, even for the powder. We definitely love the powder. We have lots of powder. Lots and lots of powder right now, so you can get lots of fresh moringa powder. We do love harvesting and providing fresh, super fresh powder. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing to have. We love having fresh powder around. Always using it in our smoothies. And we're teaching people how to package. We're teaching people how to package their moringa in different packages, different pouches. It's important to experiment and try things that you like. We have seeds, lots of seeds. It's like Christmas. It's like Moringa Christmas. We have lots of seeds. Nice. Wonderful. Someone's asking, when someone has fungal issues, or either in plants or in topical uses, should you combine the powder and the oil as a paste? I love that. because moringa is antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, as well as the oil, I do believe that that could be a really good ointment, and I would try it. And I haven't really used it myself on, say, any fungal issues topically, but I use it in the body, and I'm sure that it helps to regulate all of those systems. And you can use oil topically, and this is actually used as a face mask. This is used prevalently as a face mask. Yes, so great question. And I love that we're thinking about using moringa in different ways. I heard that it could be antiviral. I know it's helped increase my immune system because I use it regularly. The vitamin C, the calcium, the potassium, the magnesium, the iron, all of the things, especially the iron, especially good for the blood, is helping to increase the immune system. And thanks, Robert. Wonderful. We love talking about the moringa tree. It's super fast. You know, like in the summertime, you can get about a foot a week. You can get about a foot a week worth of growth in the summertime. So it's super fast growing. They're going to be slowing down a little bit right now. You know, it's starting to be November. I think the time even changed today. So it's going to be getting dark here soon. It's already almost 5 o'clock. And we're starting to see the trees slow down. We're starting to see the trees starting to lengthen and lose a lot of the lower leaves. A lot of the lower leaves, we're losing a lot of the lowers already. So see how this already stretched? This already stretched. So we're losing a lot of the lowers. Even these lower ones are here turning yellow already too. And so we can really only use the dark greens. And so now when we're making harvests, we can really only use, you know, a portion of the greens that are on the tree. You know, and these stems are beautiful. They're turning red. Red stems. If you need to harvest your greens, one of the easy ways is to just kind of strip it. You know, just kind of strip it like this. You can just kind of strip it really easily, just kind of like that. And then especially the tops, especially the top pieces. Oh yeah. Oh, these stems are nice and red. We love the red stem ones. And so this is a good way to just kind of strip. You want to get all those off of there. Nice and dark green. And so this is like a bowl. This is almost like a bowl's worth. And we got this pretty much down. Strip that completely. And we got like a little bowl's worth here. You know, we got like a nice little pile of greens. This will condense into maybe a half a capsule, maybe not even. You know, this is going to dry and end up becoming a very little bit of powder that might go into a capsule. So like maybe a capsule worth. It usually dries at about 1/4. So 1/4 the weight. 1-to-4 ratio. So if you have 4 pounds wet, it'll turn into 1 pound dry. So usually, you know, 1 kilo ends up becoming 250 grams. Is usually a good conversion, is how we do it. Or like 1 pound turns into 1/4 pound, or 4 pounds of wet turns into 1 pound, pretty much dry. So that's the conversion rate for having like wet greens, and then that would then dry as dry greens. Okay. We'll get these dried. Get them washed up. Just put them in a bowl with some water and just kind of wash them up. Yeah, we can set these aside. Just set them right here. Love moringa. We might even just put them in these ones in my salad for later. Uh-oh. I just ate a huge salad and just enjoying myself here. We did some farming earlier today. We did some videos earlier today, did some filming earlier today. Hope everybody's having a great time and a great day. We're loving promoting our new shop, my new book. I'm very excited about promoting the new book here. Chapter 1 is in the private members area. You can log in and actually read chapter 1 right now, which we're pretty much going over. You know, the membership is a year. It's a 1-year membership. And we have a 1-year membership. And what's cool with this is actually we're turning this into a NFT. Good news is that we have an NFT collection. And if you get a founding membership now, of course, you'll be purchasing it in dollars. But eventually what I'll be able to do is convert those dollars that you invested into Ethereum, into a wallet. If you'd like to pick up your Ethereum wallet, at that point, you'd be able to have access to the access tokens, and you can decide at the time when we come out with it, or your gift tokens. You can also grab some gift tokens, and then your utility tokens. And I think this is where we'll have also connected with products, and so you can check out products using your MetaMask. And we're, you know, this is crypto. We're talking cryptocurrency, and we want to be able to turn it into an NFT. Hopefully everybody can see that even in Instagram. We're here if you have any questions anytime, if you want to sell your moringa, if you're growing moringa and you want to sell your moringa, it's good to join the collective. It's going to, you know, join the team. We're going to be going live just with the collective members tomorrow. We have a Q&A. So Q&A is actually Monday. What's tomorrow? The 8th? Yeah, 11/8. 11/8/21 at 8 p.m. All right. So we'll be together at 8 p.m. If you have any questions at any time, you can join the founders Q&A with me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. It's one of the ways that we connect with each other in the collective. And also join our Facebook group. You know, join our collective Facebook group. Okay? We do have a collective Facebook group. This will help you generate some sales. If you have moringa, people are asking me how they can make some money in moringa. You can sell your moringa to anybody on the Facebook group. We actually had one of our founding members make a sales post today. Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hey, Shauna. Hey, everyone. Thanks. Some people were watching the videos today. We did post a couple videos today. And we've been having a great Sunday, just getting those out. We had a good walk through the farm this morning. If you want to check out the farm, you can check out one of the videos. We have a 2.5 acre farm in Plant City. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I was gonna write something there, but we'll get back to it. So if you have any questions, we'll be here 8 p.m. Eastern time. Wonderful. We've got the stimulant. We've got the powder. We've got everything. We've got flowers. We wanted to show people we've got moringa flowers. Lots of moringa flowers. This is really cool. Smells amazing. So we put that in teas. We want to teach you about about cultivating moringa in pots. So you want to be able to grow it in pots. You can stick a stick in the pot, and that's one way to get it going. You can also start with a small pot and put a seed in there, and that'll grow. You can also start it in a little biodegradable pot, which we get, and they'll grow out of that as well, which then you can put maybe in a big pot. Put that in a big pot, and that'll start growing really nicely too. So you can start off with maybe even having a $10 tree, even a little tree like this is considered $10 a piece. But you can always do a special, like a buy two, get one, where they can buy two and get one. Sorry, I've been... and we're going to be talking about training, like sales training at the farmer's market. That's really important about talking. Someone's asking if they can order the flowers. Yes, I just need to get them on the website. We just have a few products on the website right now. Mostly we have the box, we have the trees, we have the seeds. I do need to get up there the cuttings, and we're going to be adding a little bit of the other items up there as well. But you can always text me, and we could always get the order placed at any time. And just keep in touch at growmoringa.com. You can go there. There's a shop button, and then that's where we have all of our shop items. So you'll be able to see when we update regularly all of our shop items. Okay, thanks everybody for joining. Instagram is live. We got some questions coming in. If you have any questions anytime, just ask. YouTube's coming in and asking if they can order. Please go to growmoringa.com. The shop is open. And wanting to teach you about having just specials. We're going to be getting into sales, especially like teaching people that are trying to get their own logos and labels, how we can talk about setting you up with sales and techniques for selling. Like we told the gentleman today in the Facebook group that it shouldn't be the same picture every post. It should be a different picture, and it should have a nice background, and it should have possibly good lighting and clear with HD. Wanting to have your pictures really set up really nicely, and not just the everyday run-of-the-mill kind of like shot with not so good lighting with things in the background. So we're going to be talking about, and then always having a clear message and maybe an objective for that post. And so we want to just get to a level of superiority and professionalism and salesmanship and quality content that we're putting out there as a collective, as a team. And I want to help everybody kind of like up their game, and teach people how to use Photoshop and these tools to kind of make pictures pop and look good. So good. We got Ron's in the group. Oh, hey, Ron's here. I can see your comments. I can see your comments. Please make a comment. Any questions? I can see you here. Howdy. So I can do like a little hi. Hi as well. I'm here. All right. Nice. So I got the emojis there. I wonder how to take off the emoji thing. So I'm here in the chats. If anybody wants to say what's up, have any questions about Moringa, we're going to be talking about propagation. We're going to be talking about, let's see here, yield and harvesting. So how much would this be? How much would it be, to get, some of these greens? How much would this produce? This is going to just come out to be like a couple grams. This will just end up being just a couple grams But you want to go ahead and get at least a couple branches trimmed back, and every time you trim back a branch, it should get a little bit more thick. It should come back a little bit more every time. So we'll put these aside. You want to save these greens. You want to be able to get like 1,000 grams. If you can get like 1,000 grams off your tree, that's a kilo. You can get about 1,000 grams off your tree within like the second year. Second year at least. All right. We've got some people in the house. Hey, all right, we're doing some. We can post here. Nice. Welcome. So if you have any questions, please ask some questions. We're going through the book. We're talking about yield and we're talking about harvest. And we are talking about the book. Sometimes, even Ron was saying that there's like, sometimes he got some bugs on his greens. And so he said he was getting some aphids and he was getting some flies under the leaf. He was getting some flies. And so what I suggested was just to kind of trim the tree back. And he was even asking today how to cut the tree back and was saying, at an angle possibly. So that's a good way to harvest your branches, is to just kind of get it cut back at an angle. So anytime your leaves are affected, anytime the leaves are turning yellow, anytime it ends up raining too much and it's overwatered or something happens with the leaves at any time, you can harvest, essentially how I did here. And from that harvest, you can get more branches. When you cut your trees, that's right. How much of an angle? If someone's asking how much of an angle, it depends. It can be about a 45-degree angle. You're getting really exact, so it's just, not only does it help it inspire, I think, bush it out a little bit more, but also for rain and water, it helps to kind of let the water fall off of it. And use neem oil. Wonderful. Nice. All right. I think I was trying to say hey. There we go, and now we're back. So now I can make the post. Okay. There we go. Nice. Okay, so I can figure out if you have any questions, ask me questions. We're in here. Ask me questions about Moringa. Okay. So we were just talking about bugs. There's other people sharing some recipes about some anti-bug by adding onions and garlic, chili powder, banana skins. Very good. And spray it around the plants. Sometimes you can even just let them sit even in alcohol or even in water, and then that runoff water can be used to kind of help get the bugs off too. Definitely love the neem oil approach. It's really good. Neem oil is good, but even moringa oil, the moringa oil too can be used to help keep the bugs off. Hey, all right. Welcome. We got the oil. You know how good the oil is. Ariel's watching here on Instagram. She loves the moringa oil, loves pressing the seeds with us and uses it in her skin, hair, nails. She She makes bath bombs, deodorants, salves. This oil is amazing, so you can use the oil for many, many different things. Would love you to try the oil. We have the oil available actually at our shop. Some of the different things that you can use on the moringa tree that we have here in the book, and you can get access to the book, are the leaves. That's a big, big commodity. You can do fresh leaves, or you can sell dry leaves. Fresh leaves, you usually do about $10 a pound. Dry, we're usually at a bulk, you know, or what we'll do is we'll even sell it for like $20 for 100 grams. So we have pouches here. This pouch here is about 100 grams, and we do this for about $20. Tell us why you are the Moringa Poppy. Well, because the spirit of Moringa talks to me. I feel as though we just had this connection, and this, I can't explain it, but like a couple years ago, I was fasting on Moringa, and I was sitting under a big Moringa tree, and I felt as though she was actually speaking to me. And I'll never forget this. I wasn't on anything. I wasn't on any mushrooms, or I wasn't high or anything on anything. And just was really in this meditative state. I was meditating a lot then, but also was fasting. So I just remember hearing the voice. And then I got this picture drawn of this woman as a moringa tree. And I just I'm always drawn to the tree's wispiness. And also because I climb the trees every day is one of the reasons why I'm the Moringa Poppy. And also because I feel like she's speaking to me. I feel like when there's an owner that has a tree, that owner is actually getting the information because the tree is telling it through the root system. So that's another thing that we have here are the roots. The roots are really good. So like you can dry the roots and powder the roots. If it's under less than 1 year, if the roots are less than 1 year, then you can use the roots. And that's another reason why, is because I know how to use all the parts of the tree. I know how to use every single part of the tree. We use it for food, and we use it for income, and we use it for teaching. And it's because of this beautiful tree. Every part of the tree is so useful. And the magic of it, it's a sacred plant. And so I believe that I have the best interest of the moringa tree in mind, in that it wants to be eaten, it wants to be taken care of, it wants to be cared for, it wants to be loved, it wants to be spoken about, like highly, like every animal and sentient being and everything wants to be loved. When you set this glass of water down on the table and you say that you love it, and it turns into crystals. If you tell the water that you hate it, it's going to turn black. And that's what we're doing when we're walking up to the trees. In these videos earlier, I'm saying thank you, and I'm trimming the tree back. And I'm a caretaker. I'm the poppy. I'm the daddy, the moringa daddy, that's taking care of these trees. These are my babies, I don't have children, but I'm a plant daddy. And so someone's saying how much they love their baby trees as well. And so we're just talking, and so they're saying that they're also talking to the trees and stuff too. So I'm proud to be the Moringa Poppy. Thanks for noticing. I have an Instagram handle here called Moringa Poppy. So here I was like, why are you the Moringa Poppy? And so we have talked a little bit about pests and diseases. And I'm excited to actually talk about the breakdown of the vitamins and minerals. You know, we have, I was even just saying we use the leaves, we use the roots, we use the flowers. We have the flowers. The flowers are very, very useful, as well as the seeds. The seeds make oil. The flowers can be dried or fried. That's right. The flowers can be fried and they can be enjoyed very, very nicely, actually. I'll move this so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. I'm going to get every aspect here. We can see a little bit on Instagram too. This is nice. I'm really glad that you guys are here. You guys can ask me anything. I'm watching both of the videos and we're getting this going. We're talking about the different products that you can have in making moringa. I haven't had to sell anything else other than moringa. It produces an entire income stream that allows me to take care of myself, really just growing and selling moringa. Now, I'll probably want to, now that the season is changing, go back to the farmer's market. So a really great way of revenue is going to the farmer's market, right? Farmer's market. You always want to stay connected with your local farmers, and it's a great tool and resource for you to get your business off the ground, up and running. Moringa has so many vitamins and minerals. People ask me all the time, is it really everything that they say it is? And I do believe that when it's grown organically with all of the minerals, that it's going to have lots of vitamin A. There's lots of vitamin A in the leaf. This is really talking about the leaf, the raw leaf. Lots of vitamin A, thiamine, so lots of trace minerals, TM, like thiamine, niacin, a few other things, folate, vitamin C, so lots of vitamin C in the leaf. With calcium, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphate, potassium, sodium, so it's got good salts. It doesn't really have that much salts, but it has some salts, and zinc. Zinc and magnesium are very good for the reproductive organs, so these are very, very important to have. I'm glad that the leaf is very high in those, and so someone's asking, you know, going to craft and hobby stores, anywhere. You can post up in the restaurant, in front of your friend's restaurant, anywhere really. You can post up farmers markets, parking lots, churches, any kind of special crafts or fair shows is a really great place to get your business going, and it gets you some products and gets you some things, you know, have a bunch of items on the table, you know, so and show people. You have the pods. Oh my gosh, the seed pods here. So we're talking energy. Okay, so even the leaf, it looks like it's got 64 calories versus 37 calories. Now this is in joules, kilojoules. So this is just like energy, not carbs. About the same amount of carbs, about 8 or 9 carbs per 100 grams. Okay, so this is about 100 grams right here. And this might be your daily value, so it might have 19% of your daily value, or maybe 19% of this entire 100 grams, this calcium. And so we have this actually laid out in the book. Oh, and we were going to talk about cooking. We're going to talk about cooking with moringa, actually. We want to talk about cooking. So lots of vitamins, going to farmers markets. People are talking about going to craft shows and hobbies So one of the best ways to use moringa is actually fresh, right off the tree, right? And it's called drumstick sambar. Okay? Drumstick sambar. So when these are young and green, what you'll do is you'll chop them and put them in a soup. So you chop them up. They'll be chopped up in little pieces. And then you'll put that in a soup. And that'll be good, you know, with tomatoes as a tomato-based soup. Okay? And you just put these drumsticks in there, and it's a drumstick sambar, and that's a traditional Indian soup that's eaten with the drumsticks. But usually these are green when you eat them. Okay? And you put them in a soup. That's one of the biggest ways. Another thing that you can do is juice. You want to juice the leaves. Juicing the leaves. Moringa juice. So if you can get these greens into a juicer, that's, whew, yes. So it's really easy to just kind of strip these babies right off the tree. They're so soft and gentle. But then like just putting these in a juicer and a blender, and then kind of adding a little bit of syrup or honey. And this is what we do a lot of times. We're just stripping the greens. A lot of times just so that way we can make some juice out of this. So we love making juice out of these fresh greens. Woo! Fresh moringa juice. We will just add some water to this and maybe strain out the fiber and the leaves and everything, but get that juice and take a shot of that juice. Actually, I might do that. Just take a shot of juice. It's good stuff. Super, super healthy. Just get lots of chlorophyll. Lots and lots of chlorophyll. Get some chlorophyll in your system. You always want to have fresh greens and iron, especially if you're, you know, iron deficient in your blood. Like I was anemic when I wasn't absorbing nutrients through my liver, and was really having troubles going to the bathroom and stuff. Like I started cleansing my body with the moringa, and really juicing a lot and drinking a lot of tea. Drinking a lot of moringa tea really helped me get over a lot of my irregularities with things, and just started helping me feel more balanced. So if you have any recipes that you'd like me to share, and someone's saying the biostimulant, this is the biostimulant here. Yes, this is the biostimulant. So this is something that you can put on your plants. Someone's asking, is moringa an acidic or alkaline food? I would say that moringa is more so on the alkaline. There's no, like, it's not really sweet, doesn't really have sugars per se. There are sugars, but consuming greens, they're more so on the alkaline, and they love alkaline soil. So like things like berries, they grow in more of like acidic soil. And they might have more so of that kind of effect on the stomach. But I don't believe that moringa leaves have any kind of acidic reaction or are acidic in nature in the body. I think they're more alkaline. Great question. And so someone was saying and making that connection with the juice and saying essentially, isn't that the biostimulant? And it is. but this is not consumable. This one has been preserved, and this is a concentrated form of the juice. It also is a different quality of moringa than consumption. And so the process of making the biostimulant allows us, if there is a B grade or a C grade moringa that's not good for even human consumption or animal consumption, at least we can still extract the minerals and the nutrients from it by getting it processed and stripping the nutrients from the organic matter and getting it in a preserved juice known as the biostimulant. That's right. Very good connection. But this is not to be drink. And it says right there in the bottle, not for human consumption. This is not for human consumption, but it's very similar to juicing fresh greens. Very, very similar to that as well. Yes. Very good connection. So that's exactly right. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks, Ron. Everybody that's being here. Really appreciate you guys asking the questions. We're talking about like parts of this book. Hopefully everybody has access now at this point to the members area, so that way you can log in and get access to this book. I want to, there's going to be a chapter really in the book later on that is going to talk more about the recipes. It's going to have more fresh recipes, possibly with some photos. And so one of the most popular ways to use moringa traditionally is in a curry. So using it in a curry and making the leaves with the curry. Now, what we've done to create a curry spice is actually take the moringa powder, the power powder, and add turmeric, and add cinnamon, and add fenugreek, and add cumin, and add coriander, and add oregano, and add, a few other things. I like to add hawthorn, to it. And this, along with the moringa powder, with turmeric, and lots of paprika is in there. That's a big one. That really helps with the color. It really helps to make that nice color. So we'll add all this up together, and it makes a spice. Oh my gosh, it makes such a great spice. I use it on everything. So this moringa spice is amazing. Oh, so that's why I'm so happy that you're asking. Someone's asking, could the moringa be beneficial in a restaurant? And that's exactly right. That's why we grow the moringa to make powder, to add it with a bunch of other ingredients to make this magnificent spice. So it's a topping for food, and it's used in restaurants. We actually have chefs and restaurant owners getting monthly supplies of the spice that I make. So that's keeping us in business. There's lots of revenue streams in the moringa business that you could end up just getting a hold of. A couple restaurants in your area that end up, purchasing from you regularly this product, $50, $100, $200 a month coming from one store. Getting 10 stores, you're making over $1,000, potentially $2,000 a month in revenue, just having 10 locations that are, either getting your powder or getting spice that you make, or possibly getting fresh juice from you. So, or you need to go to juice companies, go into juicing companies. If you go to juice companies, they will buy the powder. So we'll be talking and training more about how to get your moringa products and your moringa material to to other stores and restaurants. And someone's asking, is the spice at our shop yet? And we're getting that one up there. We're getting that one uploaded actually very soon too. We have basically like 5 products up there. If you go there now, you'll see what's up there. If you go to Grow Moringa, then hit the shop button, growmoringa.com, hit the shop button, and then that will take you to the shop, and you'll see that the catalog there. We have about 5 items up there that I got up there yesterday. And this week we'll be loading the products out with flowers. So I have to add flowers. I'll make a note here that I need to add flowers to the site. Okay, I need to add cuttings. Okay, I need to add, what was it just now? Oh, the spice. Yeah. So we'll be adding those products actually to the website. So one of the important things to talk about when growing moringa is actually its ability to pull up heavy metals from the soil. So you want to make sure that when you're growing the moringa, you want to make sure that it's free from heavy metals. Okay? You don't want to have any heavy metals. Now, you know, we just talked about some of the nutrients that are in the soil that you need that are good. You know, but there's going to be an over concentrate of heavy metals, say like in sites that might have had a lot of construction just recently, or excuse me, or might have been a brown zone, or might have a lot of retention water. So what you can do is actually you can test. A lot of people are asking me where to test, and so there's a few labs, and you can look up. We're going to have these links actually for the founders and for all the members that join the collective. We'll have these links that you can get your soil tested at labs around the U.S. Some are like in Ohio, and some are in Cincinnati. Some are in other parts of the U.S. like California. We have some in Florida, so you can get tested even at UF. Is a great place to get soil testing. And so we're going to be sharing the labs, different labs, to help people get their soil tested, so that way they can begin the process of becoming a certified grower for the collective, and also potentially becoming a USDA certified organic grower. Wonderful. So ask me any questions if you have any questions. I'm really happy that you guys are here joining and watching. Another thing that's potentially a hazard, caution, is also retention water. You know, so like making sure that you're not watering from retention water. Especially in Florida, a lot of toxins might actually run off into retention areas, be stored there to sink into the aquifer through the floor. But if you're grabbing it before it sinks through to the aquifer, that's where the toxins are. And so a lot of these retention ponds are there so that way it slows and acts as a natural filtration system before it hits the aquifer. And so you don't want to use any retention pond water to water your moringa trees. That's a no. At that point, it's not even useful to eat, because you've been watering it with not so good water. It's not good. It's not good to use retention water. Okay, so you don't want to use retention water at all, and you should know the difference and where to tap into proper proper ponds and streams and wells and things like that that are not used for retention purposes on some properties. Especially like, say, like if we wanted to plant, as an example, maybe even at like Walmart or even a Target, like maybe in the back area there, you'd think it'd be safe, but because it's so close to, like, say maybe a retention pond area, it's not advised to plant moringa trees in public areas, which is why we really only grow moringa in private property. We had a lady that came over here the other day, and she had seen some locations that we harvest from in videos, and so she was excited to come see the farm, thinking that our farm was somebody else's farm, when really we're just getting our farm started. So she thought she was going to see a forest of moringa trees. And she's like, well, can you take me to the other property? And I said, well, no, actually, those are private properties. And, we don't have an appointment with the people. I haven't notified them ahead of time. And I'm not just going to, hit them up, randomly and say, hey, can I bring a customer over to see? And so we're getting our place established, and we want to create a tourist zone. We want this place to actually be for tourism. Agro-tourism would be a great opportunity to have here. We're so excited to have different designs and things for people to come. Like, we'll have ice cream, making ice cream out of bananas and things like that. So that way you can cook, and we'll put moringa in there, moringa ice cream smoothies. All right, so chapter 1, it goes in on moringa. When you have a business, you're gonna have different prices. You're gonna have it in different sizes. You'll have it in small sizes. So like someone's asking me for 10 gram baggies. We usually do about 10 gram baggies for $6. So that way you can do like three for 15. And sometimes I might even make the baggies like 8 grams, but have that on the label. Then make that $5, and then do like a 3 for 10. 3 for $10. So this powder baggie does really well that way. And then we go up to the next level, and then we go up to the next level where we do 1 kg, where we do like 1 kilo as our big one. Okay, that's our big one. And we'll usually do one of these for $100. But if someone wants to buy like 6, we'll bring it to $300. So, it's much more of a wholesale deal that way. So you can do even $75 for a kilo. We'll do the 100 gram one for $20. And that's this one here with the window. This is 100 grams. We usually sell this for $20. So we're just helping people get the pricing. This is the kilo here. This is the kilo here. We love having this brick here so people can see. Beautiful kilo of powder. Love the color of our moringa here. It's beautiful. We just made this. We just dried it and made it from our local greens. Got our seeds. These seeds have actually already been sifted. We're making paper with the seeds. So we do have seeds available. Nice. All right. So good everybody's here joining us. Welcome. Wow, someone's saying that they saw moringa trees for $37 in a pot, in a 3-gallon pot. Wow. What a profit margin. Wow, that's great. Someone says moringa ice cream. That's what's up. Moringa ice cream smoothies. I know. We're on it. We're making it. And how many capsules does a kilo of powder make? That makes 2,000 capsules, because each capsule would be about 5 500 milligrams. And so 500 grams would be about 1,000 capsules. And so it would be about 2,000 capsules. And you can sell 100. So say you had a bottle of caps. You could have 100 for 30 bucks. That's usually what I do. Somebody even said today that they do 90 for 30 bucks. Sometimes I'll have a sale where I'll bring them to like 25 bucks a bottle. You know, because that's also including potentially, you know, your shipping. Potentially, you know, you got to include the bottle and then the label, the cost of the label, then the lid, and then the PVC band. You know, so having all of that invested in there, because you're going to get a PVC band around the cotton ball, you know, all those minimal little prices in there, they add up. So you want to account for all of those things going into your 100 capsule bottle. So account for that. Usually make that about 30 bucks at least. And then you can throw specials, like sometimes I'll do like a 2 for $50. And even now, you know, my sales, because I'm getting people to help me make them and have them in more of a bulk. So we have them more so in like 500 pouches and 1,000 pouches. And we have the 1,000 now for $150 on our website. And so I, you know, you can put 10 capsules in a baggie for $5. So normally I'll even put 10 capsules in a baggie for $5. That's a great flip if you're making your own capsules by hand. If you're making your own capsules by hand and you get your own powder, So like this right here, this is 250 grams of powder. So this can make about 250 capsules. Yeah. Somewhere around there, because I think we're saying that 1,000 capsules. So actually no, this would make 500. This would make 500 capsules. This right here would make 500 capsules. So I'm glad that we're getting this right, so you can kind of see, you know, you might end up having a lot of loose leaf, right? It might end up being like a lot of loose leaf, and then it ends up becoming into a little bit of powder, then it becomes into a little bit of capsules. It's always like condensing. So we're talking the difference between wholesale price, you know, and retail price. A lot of the training that we're going to be going over is going to be teaching everybody about how to set their prices, you know, and even having your prices set at a high price point, so that way you can always offer sales and coupons if you need to during special times of the year. It's always easier to kind of go down, but it's tough to kind of go back up, you know, in your prices, especially accounting for inflation and things like that are happening right now. One of the ways that I found a great way to make a profit is to create a variety box. So one of the really great ways that have really helped me, which I'm going to need help with fulfilling orders, is through this variety box. So like right now, my variety box has two things. Powder and oil. And we're going to be talking about why we combine these two things. Okay? Why do we combine the powder? Because the powder is water soluble and the oil is fat soluble. So it's only 1/2 of, say, the equation. And what you can do, even for how you think about your products, is combining their use. So if someone is ordering something from you, like, say, trees, I usually give them seeds. So if someone is buying a tree, just in case maybe that tree died in transit, and to also make it, an extra upsell, I'm combining these two. So it's always good to think about potentially your products in pairs, at least pairing them up. Like, we like to do a lot of salve and deodorants, or bath bombs and soap. So like, we'll make soaps and bath bombs and pair them, and then we'll make, deodorant and salves and pair them. And do a lot of specials with those. So it's good to consider and think about your products in this pairing way, and will help teach you how to market and sell your moringa potentially at a high price point, so that way you can get some of your products sold. We want to help you launch your moringa company. Someone's saying, hey, from San Diego, welcome from San Diego. That's why we kind of have this a little bit late, because it's like 6 o'clock here almost, and we know it's already like 3 o'clock there in California, 4 o'clock already in Arizona now. Our time just changed, so it's already starting to get dark. Look, it's it's almost 6 o'clock and it's already starting to get dark. So we're going to be talking about the book. We have the book here. So this is my new book, Grow Moringa, the ultimate guide. And we want to talk about moringa. You're here, you get chapter 1. If you join the membership area, you'll get chapter 1, instant access, among many other things. 1-year membership includes Q&As, and you can actually get your name. Actually, if you look in the book here, we're gonna start putting people's names and contributors and founding members here in this book as people that have helped to contribute. We have some of the names that are gonna go there. Already been here about 70 minutes. We'll have to go as soon as I run out of water. Wow, so I think this is where it went to the products. Yeah. Growing and selling moringa trees and products. A lot of this is we're going to be talking about the code of ethics. This talks a lot about the price here. So we want to talk about price, so you can see. Oh man, we're going in on how to sell, and get back to the farmers markets. We're going to be talking a lot about how to get back to the farmers market, so that way people can get their products on the table, how you want your table to look, get your things going. Someone said you want to make sure your prices aren't too high, but you don't want to make sure your prices are too low. You want to get your prices right there in the middle. That's why you offer these specials and these combos and these deals. We'll have lots of information about how to present yourself, make sure that you're looking good. Salesmanship is a big part of this process in learning how to have a successful business. I want to teach people some etiquette and teach successful selling. I'm also learning about successful selling. Coming to you live here, wanting to have consistency in the market. Want to make sure people can reach me if they have any questions. They know as a business owner that I'm here. We're fulfilling orders now. Once again, we got all the orders out that we needed to. Everybody got their order that they should have received. If there's anybody out there that still needs trees, if anybody's trees didn't make it, just let me know. I'm happy to replace, even if you ordered from me in the past. Just let me know if the trees didn't make it, you still need some trees. I'm happy to send you some trees if you've ordered from trees from us in the past and you still don't have any luck getting your trees growing. I want to help you get your trees growing. So just let me know. My number is 813-567-3100. And you can call me or text me at that number. Mostly anytime. I'm available between 10 and 2, mostly, is when I get back to people the most. And I'll also get back to you even after those hours. People are always calling me, and I'm always texting back and getting back to them because I genuinely love to help. And so we're talking about price, customer satisfaction. The customers are always number one. You want to make sure that you're always putting the customers first. And someone's saying here that what if they don't have the money to invest in their own company, but they have seeds and soil and some pots? That's actually a great way to get your business started, is just by getting those seeds planted, and they will always increase in value because they might be worth a few pennies right now, but they'll be worth even more in a pot, at least $5 if you can get that to sprout. Possibly cut it back and let it sprout out a couple more times. You could have $10 just from a pot, right? So this part of the book goes in on laws. This part of the book goes in on regulations and laws. You know, you're responsible. A lot of inspection. You'll get a lot of inspections because what you'll want to do is you want to keep your products off the ground. So inside of a greenhouse, you want to make sure that you're always growing off the ground, especially in pots. So if this is the ground, one of the inspectors will come in and want to make sure that you have everything in the greenhouse off the ground, because a lot of pests and bugs can live on the ground. One of the ways to prevent the spread of bugs and pests throughout cities and states and different countries is to keep it off the ground, so that way it reduces the amount of pests that are actually on the trees and the plants and the leaves. That's if they're in pots. And so that's how one of the safe ways to grow moringa in a greenhouse is to make sure that things are off the ground. So that's an important tool. Even if you have like 1 gallons or even bigger pots, it's good to either have them in the ground completely and they're growing in the ground and you're not shipping them. But if you plan on shipping them, is what I'm saying, for shipping. If you're using these trees for shipping, and this is why we're going to be inspecting everyone's location that's growing their trees with the collective and selling their trees through the collective website, because we're going to be giving people orders. So when the order comes into growmoringa.com, that means that you, all the way over here, as a grower, if you sign up as a founding member and join the collective, you can become someone that's fulfilling orders and shipping trees out from your location. So we've got several people actually here in Arizona, in Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, and California that are all interested in actually working towards supplying the collective from those states. Oh my gosh, someone's here watching from Nepal. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming by from Nepal. And I'm sure, do you have moringa trees there? Let us know if you have any moringa trees there. Someone here is from South California, and they have a few moringa trees growing in Southern California. Let us know where you're at. We've got moringa growers all over the world. We've got people interested in selling their moringa in the USA that are asking to join the collective to get help selling their moringa in Africa and Sudan and Kenya and Ethiopia, South Africa. We've got people growing moringa that are hitting us up and asking if they can get their moringa sold from the Philippines and the USA and the Bahamas. A lot of people from Jamaica and Haiti actually asking if they can get their moringa sold in the USA. And so they're joining up the collective, letting people know that they're there in these countries and they have moringa fresh. And if you're from these countries and you're in the USA, we're encouraging you to purchase moringa through the collective and you can actually select which country that you would like your moringa to come from. And we'll even have the option: Bohemian moringa, African moringa. We'll have moringa classified by the state, if not the batch, if not the time and the location of when that batch was created. So if you have any questions anytime, ask us any questions. We're just kind of going through chapter 1. We'll probably spend a few more minutes. This is just going through tax law, a lot of tax, a lot of licensing, going through the native fauna and flora of Florida, mostly talking about tax law, things like that with Florida maintenance, Florida landscape, interior maintenance, outerior maintenance, especially with the moringa tree. And what is governed through, say, like taxes, plants. One of the reasons why we have to collect tax in a lot of states is because even trees and seedlings are considered taxable items. Now, if you have a business, you can always purchase these items through us tax-free. If you have a business, just let us know so that way we can mark that purchase as a tax-free write-off. And we'll be happy to provide you with tax-free. That's actually the reason why we ask everybody that's purchasing from us use their EIN with us so we can talk. Actually, that's why we're asking all the founding members to join and get wholesale rate tax-free as a wholesale member. So that way we know that we have your EIN and we have your business license. That way we can have that as a write-off. If you're spending a couple $100 a month or a couple $1,000 a year with us, we want to make sure that we have that accounted for as a write-off for both of us. So we're talking a lot in the book about licenses and requirements, pesticide and fertilizer applications. Oh, someone's saying that they're ready to plant their property out. Their land is ready. Wonderful. So, great. And we would love for you to join the collective and teach people about growing moringa in those areas. If you want to make some income, we could have some harvesters come by. We have a lot of people in actually Southern California that are joining the collective. Now, join the collective. And there's a few of us in Southern California growing moringa that all kind of know each other. Awesome. You guys can form your own little co-ops. We were talking on yesterday's live about how a collective is really helping to manage and get together different people, groups of people in different co-ops. Co-ops are more small local groups, and collectives help to organize them on a larger worldwide or global scale. And someone's from Nepal. They grow a lot of moringa trees in Nepal. This is great to know. One of my friends actually lived in India and visited Nepal. Weather is amazing there. I know it gets pretty cold there, different parts of the year, but other parts of the year it's fairly hot. And actually, moringa is from Nepal. It's native to the foothills of the Himalayas mountains. So it's from Nepal area region. Thanks so much for joining us, and would love you to help teach other people and let people know about moringa, and would love for you to join the collective as well. We're just kind of going through chapter 1. You can get access to chapter 1 right now at growmoringa.com. Uh-oh, I'm running out of water. We've been live now almost an hour and a half, just been talking straight. We're talking about invasive species. So you want to be careful about planting moringa trees in areas that may be invasive because it could influx the other invasive bugs and pests. So one of the reasons why we actually pop the flowers off the trees a lot of times is to consider, making sure that it's not maybe getting other bugs that might not be native to the area food, so that way it doesn't get overrun with, say, maybe non-native pests. It's some things to consider and talk about if you're growing moringa in an area that could consider moringa as an invasive species, especially in, like, say, southern parts of Florida where it can grow prevalently all year round. We want to make sure that we're managing and keeping track of every moringa location we're harvesting and not letting the seeds spread. We're also keeping the trees cut back and also grabbing the flowers off of there so that way they don't potentially spread the seed without us knowing, you know. So that's why we care for the trees. This gets us into our best management practices, and this essentially is the last part of chapter 1 here. We can read a little bit of it. You want to have the utmost care and concern for the moringa tree being grown and harvested. This is a best management practice. Each person knows the effect of the health and maintenance of each moringa tree for the entire time it's in their care. And so you're thinking about the entire tree's lifespan and health of the entire tree's life when you're cutting that tree back at the time. That's what we're talking about. And that irrigation, too much irrigation and too little irrigation could promote disease and excessive erosion, different things like that. So it's talking about having a balance in your system. Someone's saying that they want to grow moringa to full grown, but in a pot. And because they live in a basement apartment, what's a good size pot? I would say at least a 7-gallon or a 15-gallon. At least if you want to get a nice full-size tree, you at least want to get like your tree started in a 1-gallon. You know, you want to pot it up. So you want to start in a small pot and then work your way up to a big pot. So that way your tree grows up into that pot. You don't want to start with a little tree in a big pot. That's really not a good idea. But you want to pot your tree up every year into a bigger pot until you can get it into about a 7-gallon or a 15-gallon. And that would be nice. Let me know if you have any questions. Anybody, we're here. Happy to answer any questions. We've got a few people stopping through on Instagram. We're live. Just wanting everybody to know, say hey. Hey, happy November. I'm about to say happy holidays now that's already starting to get holiday season. Yeah, so I'm excited to hear more about your growing. Thanks, Connie. Thanks for asking. Someone's saying that wonderful about something about keeping the trees inside in the wintertime. That's right, you can keep them in the winter. If you keep the trees inside in the winter, can you get them in a grow light? Can you put a grow light on it? You know, you want to get yourself a grow light. You definitely want to get a grow light on it. You know, if you're keeping your trees inside, you know, for more than a few days at a time. Someone's asking, is there a link for membership? Yes, actually. I can go ahead and share that link right now. Wonderful. Join the collective at growmoringa.com. Wonderful. Sometimes you have to put the HTTPS in there. You can see that though. Would love for you to come in and sign up. That way you can actually get in the Q&A. Tomorrow night we're going to have a Q&A at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be just for the founding members. If you join, you can get in and you'll get instant access to the book. We've been talking about the book now for 2 days now, about 3 hours worth of content, just kind of going over and talking about the book. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read this book so that way you can have it and listen to it over and over again inside the members area. Okay. Best management practices. We're having a great Sunday evening. I'm very happy that everybody's joined us so far. We're having a good time. We're at about 90 minutes or so, and we might go ahead and cut it off here pretty soon. If you had any final questions, I just kind of wanted to say, hey, we're here. Love everybody on Instagram. If you have any questions anytime, I know we've had a few people come by and say, hey. We've got a bunch of people actually watching us on YouTube as well. Usually live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Wonderful, wonderful. Shauna is saying that she's received nothing but great information from the founders meetings. And thanks, Shauna. I really, really appreciate that, for saying that and for coming by and always just hanging out and always having something to ask and something to learn. Hopefully, I'm giving you enough value and teaching and training how to potentially make this business something that is special and your own and very unique and successful. The last important point of chapter 1 is actually this part that is titled non-point source pollution. We want to talk a lot about that because this is the main reason why I endorse the biostimulant the most, because you never know what you're doing is affecting someone several miles away from you when you're polluting the soil. Someone Eternal was saying, hey, they love the content. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're enjoying and getting some value from the content. We love you learning anything and everything about Moringa. And so Shauna's like, what page? What page am I on? I'm on 43. Non-point source pollution in the back. And this particular chapter or section in the book on page 43, she's asking. She's keeping up with the book and she's going through, she's studying. She want to make sure that these are important topics to be able to talk about. And it's the main reason why I actually and really am involved in making this biostimulant, is because when you're putting something on your yard, you don't realize the erosion and runoff that's happening and going on for miles down the way. And one of the reasons why we can't use a lot of I'm getting chills right now just talking about it. It's just because I wish I could go in a little bit more about this, because what's happening in Tampa, specifically in this area, is very it's very sad, because every few years we have this influx of red tide that is a natural occurring event that is because of man's input in adding pollutants to the water. It increases this red tide exponentially to where it's killing a lot of plants and it's killing a lot of animals and wildlife. Every few years they end up having to dump this wastewater because of the production of phosphates. Florida produces a lot of phosphates because in the soil and the sand you can excavate it, and there's a lot of phosphate mining that's happening here for specifically the fertilizer companies that's happening. If you were to just replace all of your fertilizer with the Moringa biostimulant, you could potentially reduce the amount of red tide and runoff that's happening, but also increase the Moringa production around the world, which is helping to sequester carbon and also helps with pollution because it helps to mitigate the soil. Moringa helps to clean the soil. So this part of the book, I'm talking a lot about non-point source pollution, which talks about where your water is coming from, the runoff. It's important about, especially if you're living in a coastal city or space like I do. I live on a peninsula, and so I'm surrounded by water, and water is really important to me, which is why I feel like we shouldn't have plastic bags in Florida. And so Shauna is really here and really helpful, and also saying that she loves seeing the results of the biostimulant and why I'm so adamantly promoting it, because of its results. And so we've had such great results. So if you are starting your Moringa business and you're trying to get your seeds sprouted, you want to get your trees growing faster, just give a little bit of this stuff here. And this is made from Moringa leaves. So help to grow your plants fast, like Moringa, using Moringa as a fertilizer. Someone is saying that they start their seeds on their apartment porch in 5-gallon grow bags. That's great. And you might, do you start it like one seed per 5-gallon? That's fine. But for somebody that's just getting started and may not have a lot of space, maybe if you get them started in there, I will tell you that in the amount of time that it takes your 5-gallon tree to get at a size, the tree that was potted up from a 1-gallon or from a pot like a 4-inch pot to a 1-gallon pot to then a 3-gallon pot to a 7-gallon pot is going to be bigger than the 5-gallon tree that's been in there, say maybe a year. This tree that's been potted up along the way is going to end up actually being bigger than the tree that was just in the 5-gallon pot to begin with. So that's all I'm saying, is that you'll end up getting a bigger tree if you step up your pots and incrementally. And someone's saying that they actually have grow bags, so they're taking the advice as someone making a comment here, and they're like, oh my gosh, we have grow bags, I'll just use those. So they've got 12 10-gallon grow bags. I mean, those are big. 10-gallon grow bags? Okay. Yeah, I would say get all of those. If you can get all 10 of those growing, get at least 10 trees in your basement growing, so that way you have enough food for yourself. Wonderful. Someone's saying, what's the turnaround time from ordering to shipping if you join the collective? And so joining the collective is all digital products. So those you get right away. You can join the collective and become a member of the collective, and you'll get the digital products instantly. You'll get access to the book, the members area. You'll get access to the meetings and also the old meetings and all the old videos. You'll get access to all of those things right away. If you order any products on the website, the turnaround time is all based on what you're ordering. If it's something quick that we have already in stock, like maybe seeds, we have a lot of capsules in stock, we have a lot of powder in stock. Just depends on what we have in stock, and I would say at least within a week. At least within a week. So the turnaround time is 5 to 7 business days. So give me about a week. It's just really myself. I have a small team that's making products, and we're making everything by hand. We're harvesting the trees ourselves. Now, if it's something like Biostimulant, we already have this bottle. We already have this made. We already have bottles of this in. So we can get this out fairly fast. And we're looking for members to purchase this in bulk, so that way they can resell it and retail it as a fulfillment center for us. We can talk more about that, acting as a high-level affiliate partner, purchasing things from us at a bulk price. That way you can retail it and sell it and break it down and get paid by fulfilling orders. So like if you buy it in a 20-liter bottle, but every time someone comes by and orders a 1-liter or half-a-liter bottle, you're able to fulfill that, and we've got the price structure set to help everybody in that supply chain get a profitable rate and a profitable price return on their value, on their time and their energy and their value. And so someone's saying every year you need to step up the pot. That's right. Every year, step up the pot size. Cut the tree back. I actually just came out with a video today, actually, that talks about how to cut the tree back. Cut the tree back, and when you cut the tree back, that will produce branches and more sprouts. Every time you pot up, cut it back. And I have a video out about that today. And someone's asking if they can get their order, and yes, we have the trees. The trees are ready. Lisette, I believe, and yes, absolutely. Lisette is actually asking about when she can get her order. She ordered trees, and so we've been getting them sprouted. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your patience. And here we are. We have one of our customers here. She's been extremely patient with us as our trees are getting bigger. That's why I'm here, letting you know that I'm just waiting on getting the trees big enough. We have everything else made and ready for you to go. And I'll make sure to add some extra things in there for you, so that way you have a value to the box. Thank you. Thank you for your patience and everything. I've actually been here, I've been here for over an hour and a half. Someone's asking on the grow lights, what kind of grow lights. They have some that, as bright as the sun. I don't know the exact wattage. That's good, but for grow lights, get a really really strong one. You can always adjust it. Hopefully there's adjustments on it. Thanks, everybody. So, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and probably wrap this up. We had a great time. I had a great time. I can see everybody on Instagram as well as TikTok and YouTube. We've been live. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a great Sunday evening. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the evening here. And we'll talk to you soon. I'll be available tomorrow evening. If you'd like to join, grab a founding membership. You can always give me a ring, 813-567-3100. And just let me know if you have any questions about Moringa. I'm happy to answer. All right? For everybody out there, peace, love, prosperous growing. I'll see you soon. Ciao. Good talking with you as well. Good talking. Take care.